So here I have Meadow again, and there are a couple of areas that need a little more contrast. So here I want the background to look a little bit darker. And that will help the butterfly to stand out a little bit more. I'm going slow, taking my time with this. I don't want to overdo things. I think I want it to be even darker. And here I have juniper green. And here I have a Luminance pencil, Crimson Aubergine. Let's see what that will do. Just a teeny tiny touch. The interesting thing is when you create contrast, it doesn't mean you have to create contrast everywhere. Sometimes just a touch here and there is enough to give your eyes the information that it wants to have. They want to have to see how an image works, so to speak. Here is dark indigo. It's all about illusion. That's actually what it is. Juniper green. So I'm really creating an illusion, the illusion of a butterfly. And that's interesting how easily we say, hey, this is a butterfly. This is not a butterfly. This is a two-dimensional patchwork of colors that gives an image that looks like a butterfly. But a butterfly, here we have pink meadow, a butterfly is 3D and it moves and it lives and it breathes and it can eat and it can fly. It can flap its wings, it can touch, it can feel. A real butterfly is alive. And this drawing is a projection, it's an illusion of that life. I think I've told this story before in one of my videos. But a couple of years ago we were in a museum and there they had a couple of paintings by Picasso. And Picasso, somewhere during his painting career, he decided to do a series of drawings and paintings on guitars. And he made a couple of paintings, but he made all those guitars with square, you know, rectangular, triangular guitars, and he was just, clearly he was looking, searching for the right shape and form. And I was looking at those guitars, those paintings, and I thought, nice paintings, but none of them beat the beauty of an actual guitar. And then I started reading about Picasso, and I read and learned that the series of his guitars ended. He stopped painting them when he bought a real guitar, because the shape of a guitar, here Anthrac we know it pink, the shape of a guitar, just like violins, cello, instruments like that, the shape is perfect. So you cannot do anything else, but if you want to paint a guitar, stay true to the shape. And one of the wildlife painters that I like very much, the Dutch Reinpoortvliet, in one of his books he showed that making a abstract painting of an animal is absolutely stupid, because the forms and the shapes and the how do you say that in English? Verhoudingen. I need to think about how to say it. Anyway, the form and the shape and you know, the balance in that animal is just perfect. So he said, that painter said, if you want to paint a roe deer or a squirrel or a tiger or with anything like that, stay true to the actual shape. And you can do that in an abstract way as long as you stay true to the shape. But yeah, I totally agree. The shape of this butterfly, that looks perfect to me. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're going this is in the right direction for sure. Now this area here needs a little bit of work. It doesn't seems to fit here. The green looks a little bit too sketchy, so here I have that juniper green again. And I'm missing those organic forms and shapes, so let's turn this into a little more organic shape. This looks good. That looks so much better. Maybe a touch of blue here and there, sky blue. And I find myself using a lot of Polychromos pencils. Don't ask me why, I don't know yet why. Well, of course, Polychromos are great pencils, but when I was starting this drawing, I had the idea that I would use the luminance pencils more, and although I am using them in this drawing, I think most of the work is being done by Polychromos. Maybe that has to do with the amount of detail that this drawing requires. I think it's that. Well, I have to do some work here. The eyes, because one eye looks a lot bigger than the other one. That looks a bit strange. That looks a bit better. This is a black pencil. Also Polychromos. And let's build a little more background here. This is light green. So, do you have plans for summer holidays? I would like to hear from you how you spend your summer holidays if you go. I know people who don't go on vacation because some of them just don't want to go on vacation. And there are people who are not able to go on vacation. But I would love to hear from you how you spend your time off. Do you have hobbies? Do you like travel? And if you do like travel, what do you do then and where do you go? For me it looks like nature is the thing I love most while going on vacation. We do like visiting a city too, but nature is what we love most. Juniper green, just adding a little darkness to create shapes and contrast. Look at that. I love the sketchy look. Thanks to this paper, Strathmore Bristol Vellum. The Strathmore 500 series, that's what I'm using right now. Love it. While being on vacation, I love nature. And we are thinking about doing something special this time. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Here I have permanent green. But we are thinking about climbing a mountain, wait on top of the mountain for sunset, and then descending back into the valley after sunset. So I did some research because we normally don't do that, hiking at night in the dark. But it looks like the path on this particular mountain is very well maintained, and the path is very clear. So maybe this is going to work. If it works, I will make a video, of course. And then I hope, if it works, I hope the sunset will be gorgeous. How about adding a touch of burnt ochre? There is burnt ochre in the butterfly, so a touch of burnt ochre in the background might work very well. This looks very nice. I need to do a bit of work over here. I'm using the permanent green. And something else that I like doing on vacation, and I do that only when I feel, you know, we have this saying, this word in the Netherlands, vakantiegevoel, vacation feeling. We have a vacation feeling, so it feels like you're on holidays, like it's vacation. And when I have vacation feeling, I tend to do little puzzles, Japanese Sudoku puzzles. I never do it, only when I have the vakantiegevoel, the vacation feelings. So I will take my little book with Sudoku puzzles with me. It's really nice. And I take my binoculars with me. I love sitting on a balcony and just looking at birds and wildlife through my binoculars. And this time, like 2 years ago in Italy, but this year also, we will have a view over the lake, a lake. And then you can see boats floating by. You can see, it's a huge lake, so you can see weather changing, you know. Can be spectacular. If you see light green, this is, you can see thunderstorms approaching. But 2 years ago, I found out that it is very peaceful and relaxing to watch boats on the lake. And 2 years ago it was really nice, and there was we had in the afternoon, after a hot day, then a thunderstorm was approaching, and then you could see all the sailboats moving back into the harbor. That was really nice. Well, it wasn't nice for those people on those boats that they had to get back because the weather was changing, but it was really nice just watching. Anthraquino with pink. So this time I'm really looking forward to that view and just sitting on a bench and enjoying that beautiful view. Can't wait. And well, maybe we find a couple of these swallowtail butterflies. That would be nice too. Here I have a Prismacolor Premier Deco Yellow, Jaune Deco. I'll have to practice my German before going to Switzerland. There is a chance that we will end up in a different country in the second week. We go on vacation for 2 weeks, but We made reservations for 1 week. Here I have juniper green. So the second week, we don't know. It will depend on the weather and what we want to do. And we have been looking at possibilities in Germany, Italy, France. Now, I don't speak Italian. I should speak it considering my classical singing, but I never had proper training, so I can sing a couple of Italian songs, but I cannot speak the language. But I have a tiny little book, a very handy little book with Italian in it, and it's very practical, so we will take that with us. So let's take another look. I think I should continue a little bit more. Well, the question is, should I color this too and this here? I think I have to do something here. Maybe I should leave that blank. So, this is permanent green. And a touch of pink Meadow Lake. And a touch of anthracene with pink. Impossible name. Today is a hot day again. Again, yes. Last week it was too much. I told you, right? 39 degrees Celsius. No, that didn't feel good. And the Netherlands is a country with very moderate temperatures, normally speaking. Crimson aubergine. So our homes are not built for these very high temperatures. Air conditioning is not standard here. So, yeah. We really need to learn how to deal with these high temperatures. So a more southern European style, you know, waking up early in the morning, working, going back home, having siesta in the middle of the day, just sleeping, relaxing, and then when the hottest part of the day is over, this is pink Meadow Lake again. When the hottest day is over, the hottest time is over, then you go back to work again and you eat late at night. Yeah, here I have sky blue. Helio blue reddish. I bought new pants, new trousers. I was looking at the color and I thought, oh, that's helio blue reddish. It looks like this, the blue color. It's getting hot again here in the Passion for Pencils headquarters. It's really time to quit, I have to say, because it's getting so terribly hot. We are heading for 30 degrees Celsius again today, so yeah. Maybe it is time to have a little siesta. Well, let's take a look. This looks very nice. I really like it. I will leave this. I will come back to it when it's less hot and then I will decide whether this is finished or not. Taking a couple of pictures during your coloring project is so worthwhile, because I took a couple of pictures and I immediately saw this frame is too small and there's a beautiful circle appearing. That's not what I had in mind, but it's just happening, so I will continue creating this faint circle. And here I have sky blue. I'm going to add a touch of color over here. I've been thinking about actually drawing a circle. Once I noticed the shape of this background, I thought, well, maybe I should turn it into a perfect circle, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I like the sketchy look of it, and I don't think drawing the perfect circle will help this drawing. And let's pick a slightly darker one, cobalt blue. Just a touch of it here and there. It is a day later, and the deadline for launching this project is approaching, but I'm confident that I will be able to make it work. I hope today I will finish this and then I can do the editing, and then it should be online in time. Here is a malachite green, beautiful bluish green from the Luminance series. So, well, I'm going to add a little bit more color in the background, but not much. As you can see over here, there's quite strong color, and I have a feeling that it would help if I would add a couple of stronger spots in the background. I could also choose to erase this a little bit, but I'm afraid that I will ruin things. Helio blue reddish. We haven't had much rain lately, but a couple of days ago, in the evening, my husband and I have enjoyed a thunderstorm floating by. We have a bench in front of our house where we can sit underneath our balcony. So when it rains, you can sit there without getting too wet. So we just sat there and enjoyed, most of it, we enjoyed the sounds of that thunderstorm, of the rain falling, of the wind blowing. And then in the background we heard these very dark and heavy rumbles of the thunder. And then a wonderful, beautiful moment came when that was all, when the wind had dissipated. It was still a little bit a soft rain it was. And then there was this rumble in the distance. And then there was this blackbird singing so quietly, so peacefully. That was absolute magic. It sounded like the most beautiful symphony. And I thought, well, I don't think there is any composer who can make music sound as beautiful as this. I love music, but I don't think there is any music that can beat the beauty of nature, of the sounds of nature. So here I have Naples Ochre by Luminance. Let's just add a touch of that yellow. And let's add some Naples Ochre over here as well. And maybe we need a little bit of sky blue. So normally I try to really saturate the paper when I do backgrounds, but this time I don't do that. I want it to be airy and just very light and sketchy. I really like that. I like this. I really do like this. Now let's have a good look at the butterfly. Is it finished yet? And I think it almost is. I have here my black Polychromos pencil. And with this butterfly I am not going for perfect saturation either, because I really want to maintain that sketchy look. I really like that. This is really a new, I found new things, you know, and this project is all my projects are about exploring and discovering. And I explored this paper, Strathmore Bristol 500 series. So I learned what I can do with that paper. Let's add a touch of blue here. Maybe you know that too, that when the black is very black, it almost becomes blue. And this is a luminance pencil, Castell Earth. And then we go back to the luminance. No, that's not Polychromos we have here. Black. So don't overdo things. I must be focused. I think this is it. I think I will declare this one to be finished. Yes. Now, I think I'm going to sign it. But the question is, where should I sign it? Oh, goodness gracious. You know, I have learned that where you put your signature can make or break your work. I broke one in the Color Along project. I believe it was the Color Along project. Well, I can't remember. Yes, it was. You can make or break your work. So I'll go for the save option and sign here. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't sign. Just leave it. Leave it like it is. Yes, and then when I know where to sign it, I will. But so far so good. Let's keep it like this. I hope you enjoyed this one, this tutorial series. And well, see you in the next videos. Bye bye.